EDFL TV. It is episode 2 and we are back by popular demand. About 400 views last week on the old YouTube. Probably a tribute to about 100 to the good old dear mother of mine. Yeah. Probably another 200 to this man, Matty Pillios. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Great to be on. Excuse the throat, mate. A little bit unwell after a big weekend of EDFL footy. But look, great to have EDFL TV back. Michael Pell doing a great job, and we'll get more and more ratings as we go through, and EDFL exposure, importantly, for the players and coaches.
Good stuff. Don't forget Facebook, Twitter, and of course 98.9 Northwest FM. You've got the EDFL Footy Show 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings, and the Match of the Day broadcast 2 p.m. this week. It is Aberfeldy versus Oak Park from Oak Park JP Faulkner Reserve. All right, let's go through Premier Division results from last round. It was Mel Michael took over John McMillan at Aberfeldy. Big news late last week.
It was. And
he joined the EDFL Footy Show Saturday morning and spoke really well about the need to get excitement back around Clifton Park. And they did that with Jason Ackermanis on board and got an 80-point win over Avondale Heights.
Watched the first half. Great crowd. Great work by Aberfeldy Footy Club. Mel Michael spoke really well quarter-time huddle as well. It was a massive huddle too to hear Mel Michael speak. Very good for the EDFL and a great win for Abbas.
And Essendon do the Stars, another big win against Oak Park. 55 points they got over and by.
A great tribute to Marcus Barr and Sam Tankett and their hard-working staff, coaching staff. Really pushed them hard in the pre-season, and now getting the rewards they deserve to the Stars. Essendon do the Stars.
And that's 2 games in a row. Oak Park, probably a few weeks ago, could have penciled in for wins against Pascoe and Essendon do the Stars, and they've dropped both, and now hanging on tender hooks by 89%.
It really shows
0.89%, sorry, I should say, in 4th spot on the Premier Division ladder.
It really shows how even that group is from Oak Park 4th to down to sort of Avondale Heights 9th. It just shows it's the strongest Essendon District Footy League A grade or Premier Division we've ever had, and anyone between 4th and 9th are beating anyone this year. It's great for the EDFL.
And Greenvale bounced back. They were taken 2 last week by Maribyrnong Park. In the end, got up by 2 points, but did it nicely. 44 points at Keilor Recreation Reserve. The Jets got up by.
Yeah, great win at Keilor. Always hard to beat Keilor, and a convincing win like that really shows that Greenvale are the real deal with the Strathmore Footy Club.
Spoke with Adam Papel about this Saturday morning about sides like Strathmore and Greenvale needing a loss. Greenvale had theirs against Strathmore, but this was probably a scare they needed too against Maribyrnong Park, and they've bounced back accordingly. Yeah,
and got some players back too. Jorgensen, who missed most of that game through injury. Anthony Eloy came back as always experienced, and Anthony Rock very happy the way they're going. But Strathmore, how good were they?
Very impressive, 91 points over Maribyrnong Park. You did tip your old boys last week.
I tipped them on the EDFL web TV show, but when it came to me the website to do the tippings, I sort of folded and tipped Strathmore. Did think Maribyrnong Park would be a chance, but look, I always thought Strathmore would win, but not this convincingly, and they were second to none. Shows that their big bodies are very good in the smaller ground. Maribyrnong Park shell-shocked.
Jordan During, 10 sausage rolls.
And tore apart some good players in Towner and Michel as well. Just makes that effort a lot better. And Jordan During can be argued as the best player in local footy. He's a great guy and a great player for 4 or 5 years.
Pascoe, 20 goal victors over Craigieburn and set up by an 11 goal zip first quarter.
Their starts have been phenomenal the last couple of weeks. Dennis Bice and Steve Paxman have got these guys focused. They're focused for the 4th position this year, and Paco are going to storm home to see if they can get this 4th spot.
And Mitch Hahn played on the weekend, and Rowan Smith as well on the radar for Pascoe.
Yeah.
Come back and play a couple of games.
Wouldn't surprise me if he does play. Bice told me that he's targeting a lot of the Western Bulldogs players potentially for next year that may look at retiring and get delisted. So
Sean Higgins, perhaps.
You never know. Bice is pretty close with these guys, and look, they have got some money in their budget to look at these Pascoe. They're that sort of club that would entice it. So it's a great effort by Pascoe and Dennis Bice. It's showing them the results as well. They're as good as any side in the top 3 or 4 at the moment.
All right, let's go through the Premier Division ladder after 12 rounds. It's Strathmore, Greenvale, Aberfeldy and Oak Park who round out the 4, but Oak Park hanging on tender hooks. It's Maribyrnong Park in 5th spot, same amount of points as Oak Park. Then it's Pascoe, Keilor, Essendon do the Stars. Avondale Heights are 3 wins clear in second last position of Craigieburn, who sit down the bottom.
Interesting, 4th and 5th, Oak Park and Maribyrnong Park. Within a week, both in really bad form, even though Oak Park lost the last 2 weeks. And the other guys below them, Pascoe, Keilor and Essendon do the Stars, really creeping on them.
All right, let's have a look at some games this weekend. Round 13, Strathmore, Keilor.
Be a cracking game. Strathmore at home will be too good with their bigger bodies, but expect Keilor to always push Strathmore.
Greenvale, Pascoe, the nice little connection again. Bicer, Paxman, Benny Smith, a few of the other boys.
Hannify Peaks, yep. Back at their old ground for the first time. This will be an emotional game for Dennis Bicer, even though he did play Greenvale the first time around. It'll be a massive game. I think Greenville just, but Pascoe able to put a good fight.
Craigieburn, Essendon, Doodle Stars. Doodles to make it a few more wins in a row.
Well done to Marcus Barham and the crew again. They'll get an easy win here.
Maribyrnong Park versus Aberfeldy, or Avondale Heights versus Maribyrnong Park, I should say.
Yeah, look, Maribyrnong Park really needed to turn around a 15-goal defeat last week. Holland should be back this week finally, which is good. Ayres, Barling and Livingston all close as well. Very needed inclusions for Mulvey Park.
And the match of the day broadcast you can catch at 98.9 North West FM, 2 p.m. from JP Faulkner Oak Park versus Aberfeldy.
Be a cracking game. Oak Park at home always match up well against Aberfeldy, even though the form has been different. I think Oak Park are a chance of playing for this season. Luke Ryan back as well. Be a cracking game. I'll tip Aberfeldy just, but should be a cracker.
Need a win to Oak Park. All right, pretty comprehensive there.
It was
Premier
great.
Division. Let's
Great,
get on
great
to
competition too. Best division going around in Footy Victoria at the moment.
Let's get on to Division 1 and some results last week. Tullamarine defeating Northern Saints by 15 points. It was the match of the day broadcast. Much needed by Tullamarine. Gives himself every chance of playing finals now. After
a disappointing loss to Glenroy the week before, Tullamarine really came out, and it was just in one quarter they stopped their authority early on. Experienced players like Stevie Vernon was fantastic, really showing some form. Adam Sayers as well. But did you notice 3 Abdul-Wad brothers in the best for Northern Saints out of the 5, showing the families really pulling their weight for Northern Saints?
The Abdul-Waheeds always in good form. Bassman leading the way. Steve Nielsen kicking 6 for Tullamarine.
Great form. And Ash Manning, very good coach, isn't he?
He's getting the job done, and he's always a listener of the EDFL Footy Show. Ash Manning, good man. All right, let's move on to Taylor's Lakes, who got the better of Hadfield by 26 points, and Taylor's Lakes just sitting nicely in 3rd position on Division 1.
You said it beautifully, Junior MP, going along very nicely. Taylor's Lakes, the premiers of B grade in 2010. Are they going under the radar? Are they the side to test Airport West and West Coburg?
Funny that we were early in the year probably questioning their worth, maybe Taylor's Lakes. They were in the relegation zone for a little while, but had a good run of some poorer teams, you'd say, and now starting to build and starting to beat some quality teams as well. All right, East Keilor beat Moonee Valley by 21 points, but Moonee Valley showed enough that when Division 2 comes about, they may be a contender.
And they may be competitive, which is important. Great result for the EDFL, seeing a close game. Moonee Valley need a win against a side like East Keilor, Sydenham, Hillside Sharks to get a good score, but good game by both sides.
West Meadows defeated Roxburgh Park by 116 points. Perhaps a smoky for the finals, West Meadows?
They are. Their upside's very good. Forward line of Olsen, Barrard Singh and McLean when he goes down there at times as well. Got a lot of range of goal kickers. Okine still, with his injury, is going to be a key for them, but a very good side and a very good team that's played together for a long time, West Meadows.
Glenroy defeated Hillside by 40 points and clinging to 4th spot now, Glenroy. Just getting the job done against Hillside. They wouldn't have been expecting too much going up there at Hillside, and that's all they would have wanted to do. Get the win and get it done relatively well. Yeah,
sometimes those ugly wins, as they call them in footy, are very effective in the home and away season. So good win to Glenroy, tough conditions and always tough to win at Hillside Sharks.
West Coburg, 59-21 they put past Chicana. Scotty Granger bagged a lazy 25.
Yeah, look, from a board point of view, we want to see one-sided results there. So a great indication why Division 2/C grade will be effective. So we just don't. This is the last of seeing results like this. Well done to Scott Granger, West Coburg. And Chicana, we hope that you keep the hard work up and keep trying your hardest.
On a positive for Chicana, they did kick 3 goals 6. I suppose that's an the team's going to kick 59-21. You don't expect the opposition probably to get even
the score.
Yeah, so well done to the Jaggers to put 3-6 past West Coburg, who are just sitting comfortably in 2nd position on the ladder. And Marcus Kenny, went from strength to strength again. He's kicked 74 goals from 6 games in Premier Division, and they got the win, Airport West, easily over Keilor Park. All right, let's just have a look at the ladder, please. Matthew, Airport West and West Coburg lead the way. They're on 11 wins, both of those sides, 44 points. Taylor's Lakes and Glenroy, who round out the 4. Glenroy are sitting on 32 points, the same as Tullamarine, Northern Saints and West Meadows, down the 7th spot. West Meadows in, and it's Hadfield a game back in 8th position. What do you make of that 8?
It's a great 8. It's the strongest 8 sides that I've seen in B grade / Division 1 in a long time, probably ever. All the way through, the top 8 sides are just phenomenal. Can beat each other on their day, especially 3rd to 8th is very close. Airport West, a just a notch above everybody. They probably would be effective. Probably looking for a fourth spot nearly in our A grade. They're that good at the moment, but they still got to win the big one. West Coburg as well, very strong list. Added 6 players to a list that lost the granny against a very strong Pasco Vale.
Yeah.
And they're very seasoned side that know each other's games very well, and they play for the jumper. Not saying that Airport West and these other sides don't, but they're predominantly more homegrowns.
Okay, Pillios, 1 and 2 is going to be Airport West, West Coburg. Give me 3 and 4, please.
I think Taylor's Lakes will finish third, and I think it really depends coming up. Tullamarine have dropped the games. I think Glenroy may sneak to that fourth spot.
Interesting.
It'd be very close, very hard to pick, but I think Taylor's Lakes are the safe one. Any other side could really get in there, but it's a great top 8, mate.
All right, quickly, let's go through the games for this coming round. East Keeler versus Airport West.
Old rivals back in A grade in the early 2000s, but Airport West too much firepower.
Moonee Valley should get the job done over Jacana. Keeler Park versus Hillside here.
Be Keeler Park's chance to get a win, but I think Hillside Sharks with Sammy Sarkis back in the sides, tough midfielder, ex-Marby Park, and Bendigo Bombers, I'll get the win there.
Glenroy versus West Meadows. Bit of a rivalry between these
two sides that don't like each other back in the day. A healthy rivalry though for EDFL footy, and two respectful EDFL clubs. Be a great game of footy. This is probably Glenroy's opportunity to make the top 4 and secure a spot. I think they'll just get a close win here.
Roxburgh Park host Tullamarine. You expect Ash Manning's men to get the job done nicely up there. Although Roxburgh Park continue to keep kicking scores, which is good to see.
Congratulations to Roxburgh Park to see a great improvement through the season. It is a great tribute, and hopefully they can improve through the C grade transition and 2013.
Big game for Northern Saints after dropping the match last week to Tullamarine. They play Taylor's Lakes at Mutton Reserve at home.
All of a sudden, Northern Saints' season could turn around with some close losses and really important losses. 8-point games, as we call it here. It's going to be a cracking game. I think Northern Saints might lose this one actually, and another winner to the Lakers.
Dent to the Saints finals. Hope Matt Pillios says. Now Hadfield host West Coburg. They beat them last year in a Sunday game. Anthony Rock was the host down there. Did beautiful stuff. The former Hadfield man, now Greenvale coach. But you'd expect that the Hawks might be up against it against West Coburg at home.
I think they'll put a very good fight against West Coburg. They're physical and they match up well against West Coburg, but West Coburg just too much firepower. They spread very well, and a lot of goal kickers in Stewart and Granger. Alright,
that's all we have time for here on episode 2 of EDFL TV. Don't forget, you've got a little bit of paper there.
I have, mate. I just want to squash any rumours that there is going around an EDFL Western Region possible merger.
Please no.
Yeah, definitely has not been even discussed at EDFL level. So Mark Turi and the board would like to pass on that. It's definitely just rumours, and if you've seen anything in the local papers, we'd like to pass on it. The Eastern District Footy League continuing their 3 divisions at the moment, and we wish everybody safe viewing and enjoy the EDFL footy. Thanks, Michael Pell.
This man is in the know, and that definitely is a no to that rumour. So don't forget,
Junior
Facebook,
MP.
Twitter. Don't forget the EDFL footy show. It's an absolute ripper show last week. Adam Papel and myself.
Best show of the year.
Awesome.
I really
Jason
enjoyed it.
Ackermanis on, Mel Michael.
Well done. You're getting good guests, and you and Adam Papel know your footy as well, and very enjoyable for the viewers.
And don't forget, Match of the Day broadcast this weekend, Oak Park versus Aberfeldy from JP Falcon Reserves, 2 p.m, 98.9 North West FM. That's all we have time for. See you next week.